We are going to live stream right now. Willie, you are go for show.
As the incoming chair of the Board of Trustees for Omicron Delta Kappa, I welcome you to this initiation ceremony held on your behalf. Those of us who are members of ODK value its high ideals and purposes as we strive to provide leadership in worthy undertakings and to be of service to others. We believe in the tenets of this society and those principles for which it stands. We are pleased and honored to share them with you today as we welcome you into Omicron Delta Kappa. Let us welcome Steve Bassesi from the University of Richmond Circle, who will come forward to lead our opening moment of reflection.
We are grateful for the privilege of leadership in worthy undertakings and for the ideals of Omicron Delta Kappa. Give to all of us who are assembled to confer the honors of initiation upon these duly elected members a renewed vision of the meaning of Omicron Delta Kappa. Grant that the desire for creative thinking, for high purposes and ideals, for moral strength and integrity may ever remain close to our hearts. Grant also that we may strive without ceasing to incorporate them into our lives as students, faculty, staff, alumni, and civic leaders. Instill in us the principles of faith and courage, of honest work, and of sacrifices for the tasks that lie before us.
Thank you, Steve. It is now my pleasure to introduce tonight's keynote speaker. Monica Pearson has had a long and distinguished career in broadcasting. After completing her undergraduate degree at the University of Louisville, Pearson relocated to Atlanta. She spent 37 years as an anchor with WSB-TV. Pearson has 33 local and regional Emmys. She has lectured at numerous colleges and universities and continues to host a weekly radio show. Pearson is a 2018 recipient of the Omicron Delta Kappa Pillars of Leadership Award in Communications. Ladies and gentlemen, Monica Pearson.
Good evening, everyone. It's a little busy in my office right now. We just, to be honest, got the audio working finally. I'm using two computers, so forgive me while I get my speech that's been printing out right now. Congratulations to all the initiates of Omicron Delta Kappa. Now, you have been selected because of your achievements in several areas, including scholarship, leadership, and service. Tonight, you become members of an organization that has existed since 1914 and that has as its vision statement, campus leaders today, community leaders tomorrow. I've been asked to speak briefly to you about some of my life lessons and leadership. How you go about your work, ladies and gentlemen, your volunteerism, speaks to who you are and speaks to your character. You set the example for leadership wherever you are. You have a positive and realistic attitude. You always exhibit self-control and self-confidence. And when in a leadership position, you have a keen eye and ear, and you're aware of all the stresses that take people's eyes off the goal and off the mission. Now, that means in leadership, you must define what the mission and the goals are, and everyone's place in it. I like to always mention Proverbs 29:18 that says, where there is no vision, the people perish. No clear vision, no clear job description are the worst things in the world. As leaders ascend, they must remember what it was like in the trenches. A great or aspiring leader watches his or her language. What seems like a problem that can't be solved is really a great opportunity in disguise. Notice, problem, great opportunity in disguise. It's a challenge that requires teamwork and harnesses ideas that come from the diversity within. A leader must make sure that the workforce mirrors the ever-changing society. So embrace diversity in order to continue to grow. Now, a leader must have open communication. Where there is criticism, it must be constructive criticism, not destructive. Constructive criticism builds up rather than tears down. You can criticize an idea only if you truly have a better way of doing it and can prove it. I love what media executive Sim Colliner wrote about leaders and their word choices. And you are in leadership positions exactly where you are now. So let's talk about the 6 most important words. I admit I made a mistake. Now it's admitting it and not making excuses. 6 most important words. I admit I made a mistake. The 5 most important words. You did a good job. Whenever you're a member of a team, the team is made up of people. You may be the leader, but remember the people who did a good job. So the 5 most important words, you did a good job. The 4 most important words, what is your opinion? So often we forget to find out what the people around us are thinking. So it's really important for you to remember to use those words. The 4 most important words, what is your opinion? The 3 most important words. Oh, your mother and father would love this. If you please. Please and thank you are always helpful. But of course, the 3 most important words, if you please. The 2 most important words, thank you. So often we forget to thank people for what they do for us. And many times they will do things that we find out about later. Saying thank you can be done face-to-face or in a note or a card or a call or a text. But thank you, the 2 most important words. And you can guess what is the 1 most important word. You know what that is. We work together. We may be individuals, but we are a team. So we. And what's the least most important word? Everybody out there can say it in unison. I. The former head of General Electric, Jack Welch, said, before you are a leader, success is all about growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is about growing others. A leader builds morale and makes sure people cooperate rather than compete. Cooperate rather than compete. A leader respects ideas and allows people to do the jobs they've been assigned. A leader resolves conflicts quickly and effectively. Leaders build in fun, pressure releases, any activity that allows people to see each other in another light. There are so many leadership attributes. I'll just break it down to what I've formed into an acronym as my way of remembering what leadership is all about. In my acronym, the L stands for leading purposefully. Have a purpose. The E is energize the people around you. A, anticipate and act. Don't always react, but be bold. D, and this is most important, define who you are and whose you are. Have a set of ethics that you live by. Don't let other people define you. E, educate yourself and all those around you. R, resign and retire. Sometimes you're held in a leadership position, a volunteer position for so long when it's your time to go. And the important part here is you have to let other people have their turn at leadership. And also it's their way to grow. So R, resign and retire. Know when it's time to go. Don't stifle someone else's growth or force them to leave because they can't move into leadership because you stayed too long. S, share the praise, but don't share the blame for failures or mistakes. You are the leader, so the buck stops with you. H, handle. Remember, you don't handle or manage people. You handle and manage things. Walmart founder Sam Walton said it best. Outstanding leaders go out of their way to boost the self-esteem of their personnel. If people believe in themselves, it's amazing what they can accomplish. I inspire by example. P, peace. Peace is what you bring to the table, to the room, to the team. No stirring the pot, just purpose and peace. So L, lead purposefully. E, energize the people around you. A, anticipate and act. D, define who you are and whose you are and the path to be taken. E, educate yourself and all those around you. R, resign and retire. S, share the praise, but don't share the blame. H, handle. I, inspire. P, peace, what you bring to the table. Just remember, most of you are going to be excellent leaders. You're already showing that capability where you are at your college. A good leader is just that, a person who listens, and that is important too. A leader knows how to listen and listens to understand and not just waiting for his or her turn to speak. Always listen with an open mind to learn and grow. Listen and be fully engaged, and then ask thoughtful and respectful questions, free of judgment, assumptions, or biases. I like the Chinese proverb that says, deal with the faults of others as gently as you deal with your own. Now, you are practicing your leadership skill as students. So when you enter the world of work, leading is going to be second nature to you. It's very important for you to remember something my mama Hattie always told me. It's what you do with what you have that makes you what you are. Each of you was born with abilities and skills that you're still developing, and in some instances, just finding out about. Have fun as you go along the way and learn that it's important to always to thyself be true. Now, three more things I'm going to share with you before I end. Lessons I had to learn the hard way. The first is when you start looking for that first job, everything now is done online, but a lot of your social media could be a harmful thing to you. So make sure that your social media truly reflects who you are, and be careful what you put there because it follows you. It never disappears. It's also important for you to remember to interview the company you work for just the way they interview you. I learned that lesson the hard way. When I started out working back in, long before you were born, in the 60s, I failed to interview the bank where I went to work. And because I didn't ask the question, where could I end up in this company? Where will I be 5 years from now? I didn't learn that a woman, quote, would never be a bank manager. That's what I was told back in 1967. Of course, now women bank managers are as common as they are. But the point is, had I interviewed the bank the way they interviewed me for the position, I would have known it was not the right place for me because there was no upward mobility. The second lesson I learned is that when people tell you you can't do something, ask them why. I went for a job at WAVE-TV in Louisville, Kentucky, and I was told I was not cut out for the job. And I said, what does that mean? And he says, you're just not cut out for it. So I said, tell me what I need to know in order to get into TV. And you know what he told me? He said, you still write like a newspaper reporter. So you need to learn to write conversationally. And then he said, you don't dress like TV reporters these days. Now, let me tell you, this was in an era when you had to have hair down to here and chest out to here in order to do the news. Yeah, there was a time period. Diane Sawyer, the great ABC reporter and CBS reporter, was a weather girl in her hometown, my hometown of Louisville, Kentucky, although her skills were much better than that, as you saw later in life. But because I wasn't afraid to say to the news director, tell me how I can prepare for a position like this, I never would have gotten a job in television years later. So if you take nothing else from me tonight, interview the company the way they interview you, and always be willing to ask when someone says, I don't think this is quite right for you. Why? Why? So congratulations to my new initiates. You are leaders where you are, but I am looking forward to you being leaders nationally and internationally. Congratulations.
Everyone, please give a big round of applause to Monica Pearson. Such a wonderful, fantastic job. And Monica, I have to share with you, I grew up in Georgia and watched you on WSB for years. And I took a screenshot so I could show my family that I actually got to interact with the Monica Pearson. You were our go-to station and our go-to anchor for all the news. And so it is really an honor and pleasure to have you speaking for ODK today and to have you on the screen. So thank you on behalf of everyone for your beautiful words and so inspiring. And I think it's just amazing to have you here. And so as a Georgia person, we'd love to have you here. And thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Mr. Banks. And again, congratulations to all of you. I've got to get back to work. I actually have an audition tomorrow.
You will nail it just like you nailed this. So fantastic. We hope to see you. Okay. Thank you so much, Monica.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, we're going to get back to the script initiates. I'm sorry I had to have a fan moment with everyone. So,
Hello, everyone.
Right. Thank you, Monica, for those inspiring remarks. Let us now continue with the initiation ceremony. You have undertaken upon yourselves the obligation of membership into the Omicron Delta Kappa Society. This means that you will ever seek to make it a real factor for good in academic and community life, not only in your own college or university, but in American educational institutions at large, as well as the communities in which you will lead. As a member, you commit that you will make every effort to practice its high ideals, both in private and public life, so that the world may see you in a concrete, living symbol of the great principles of Omicron Delta Kappa. Omicron Delta Kappa was founded December 3rd, 1914 at Washington and Lee University in Lexington, Virginia. Our 15 founders stated that the leadership of exceptional quality and versatility in college should be recognized, that representatives of all phases of college life should cooperate in worthwhile endeavor, and that outstanding students and faculty members should meet on a basis of common interest, understanding, and helpfulness. The motives which guided the founders sprang from the desire to bring together one body for the general good of the institution, leaders from all parts of the college or university community. The success of the ODK idea, an essential part of which is its joint student-faculty character and a determination to maintain a consistent and high standard of leadership recognition, led to the establishment of chapters, which we call circles, at other colleges and universities. The society in which you are about to become a member has a three-pronged mission. First, identify, honor, and develop leaders in collegiate and community life. Second, encourage collaboration among students, faculty, staff, and alumni to advance leadership. And third, promote, publicize, and enhance our ideals. We light a candle to symbolize the ODK ideals, which each of you should strive to embody. Scholarship, to strive for excellence in academic and to pursue lifelong learning. Service, to answer the call for action from one's community or country. Integrity, to align one's values and beliefs with behaviors and speech. Character, to distinguish oneself for good of humanity. Fellowship, to embrace those in the society as equals seeking inclusive bonds across diverse communities and generations. It has ever been our desire and custom to try and symbolize in material form our dreams, ambitions, ideals, and sentiments. In accordance with this innate desire and feeling, Omicron Delta Kappa has also tried to express in material form the key, its noble ideas, lofty aspirations, and altruistic aims. The key, which is struck in the form of a circle, symbolizes union forever and the equality which characterizes membership in Omicron Delta Kappa. The Greek motto, for which the letters ODK represents, is Hodonaphioko Mos Kuklos, which translates as the laurel-crowned circle. Our emblem, the Laurel Crown Circle, stands for success achieved in worthy undertakings. The shape of the key represents the circle, which symbolizes the all-around and inclusive nature of our organization. The 5 stars on the upper bar represent the 5 major phases of college life for which our society stands: scholarship, athletics, campus or community service, social and religious activities, and campus government, journalism, speech and the mass media, and creative and performing arts. The number 1914 on the lower bar indicates the year in which our society was founded. We, who are members of Omicron Delta Kappa, have observed your habits, attitudes, and capacities, and are pleased with your success. Your steady growth as leaders is worthwhile endeavors, and your appreciation of the ideals and purposes of the society. We have asked you here today to make you members of the society and to present each of you the Laurel Crown Circle, the symbol of achievement. Before we accept you into the Omicron Delta Kappa Society, please listen thoughtfully to these words.
You should know that the Laurel Crown Circle is not only a recognition of past exemplary conduct, but that it also must be to you a constant inspiration to finer and nobler living, so long as you shall live.
You should know that the Laurel Crown Circle is not only a recognition of past loyalty to all good works, but that it must also be to you a constant inspiration to unselfish service to the society, to your alma mater, and to your vocation, and a lifelong reminder that if greatness is to be achieved, one must serve.
You should know that Laurel Crown Circle is not only a recognition of past achievement, but that it must also be to you a constant inspiration to spend the rest of your days climbing higher and yet higher, ever remembering that death comes with space and that the longest span of human life is all too short for the completion of the tasks that lie ready to our hands.
Will the candidates for membership please stand wherever you may be, if you are able? You have heard in these words the great unchanging principles upon which our society is founded. If you are willing to accept the lofty ideals, the sense of devotion, and the spirit of aspiration represented in Omicron Delta Kappa, please respond, I will. Then please repeat after me. In the presence of the circle here assembled, I solemnly promise to uphold the ideals and traditions and the national bylaws of the Omicron Delta Kappa Society, and to support in loyal service its local and national officers, to participate in the meetings, ceremonies, and initiatives, and to diligently foster lifelong leadership. Congratulations. You may now be seated. You have committed yourself to the principles of the Omicron Delta Kappa Society and to our timeless values of scholarship, service, integrity, character, and fellowship. From this day forward and throughout each stage of your life, you will strive to serve as a living example of excellence in leadership. You have been chosen to wear this emblem of distinction because of your loyalty and devotion to your circle and to the things that are fine and true in life. Whenever possible, wear this pin with pride to demonstrate the honor bestowed upon you today. In a moment, I will introduce the speakers for each circle who will give a brief history of the circle and read the names of each initiate. As your name is called, type I accept in the chat box. This is a symbolic gesture that you have received the emblems of membership in our society. You will also sign the digital record book, and when you have the opportunity in the future, you will sign the actual books. Let us welcome Greg Goldwyn, who will give a history of the Aurora University Circle and then read the names of the initiates.
Hello, thank you all again, and congratulations to all of the initiates tonight. Aurora University's Circle was founded on May 2nd, 1992, and ODK represents one of the highest academic achievements and leadership achievements on our campus. Many of our initiates have gone on to much and great success and accomplishment after graduation. Lydia Anali Avila. Carly Backel. Brianna P. Bowen. Abigail C. Brown. Kayla B. Corirosi. Taylor L. Curry. Kayla Victoria Gross. Karina Hernandez. Alexandria Kirch. Matthew M. Kucharik. Mackenzie Lee. Jessica Luptak. Amanda Nicole McCallum. Lauren N. McVeigh. Sarah Milash. Alejandro Munoz. Rosemary Elizabeth Nelson. Lara Jean Peterson. Rachna Ravishankar. Sorry, Rachna. Kirsten Nicole Rewerts. Allison Sanders. Taylor Schneider. Anna Sinise. Dante Ward. Thank you all, and congratulations again to the new members from Aurora University.
Thank you, Greg, and congratulations to our new initiates from Aurora University. Let us now welcome Valerie Guzman, who will give a history of the Grand Valley State University Circle and then read the names of the initiates. Valerie.
Good evening, everyone. I'm the Circle Coordinator for GVSU and Director of Student Life. Our circle was chartered in Allendale, Michigan on April 14, 1991, and since our existence, over 1,000 GVSU students have become members. On our campus, our circle has collaborated on leadership lectures, hosted a leadership case study competition during Leadership Summit, and has supported the I Am Grand Valley Leadership Recognition Campaign. Over the years, we've earned national accolades, including the Presidential Award of Excellence and several CLAY Leadership Development Initiative grants, as well as hosted ODK's National Convention and Leadership Conference in 2016, held at our campus with over 300 participants from across the country. Our members and advisors have gone on to serve in leadership positions, advisory committees, and as volunteers for the national organization. A recent highlight is Andrew Brown, a former two-time ODK president, is currently serving as the immediate past National Student Vice Chair. This fall, we look forward to celebrating our 30th anniversary as a circle and reimagining our circle's contributions to leadership development post-pandemic. And so now I'd like to welcome our initiates. Amber L. Anderson. Grace Balag. Leanne Brenz. Maya Marion Bryant. Gerard D. Cook. Erica Renee Cotton. Tyler James Crawford. Sarah M. Daniels. Destiny A. Davis. Denise Elaine Dixon, Elena Foreman, Lysandra A. Gaddy, Matthew T. Gilmore, Ryan Hamilton, Elke Hamilton, Hunter Liebrick Harding, Jessica Harris, Morgan Hartline, Jessica Haynes, Natalie Hill, Julie Ann Hubner, Kingsley C. Aikida, Victoria Vernetta Johnson, Christopher J. Marco, Brooke E. Marnucci, Hannah Alyssa Markham, Kelsey M. McConnell, Caroline Murray, Emily Newman, Bryce S. Palmater, Stephanie Paniga Pardo, Pooja Shalice Patel, Larry Marvin Piavi, Kathleen C. Hirschbacher, Candace Rambin Ray, Malik Alexander Robinson, Hannah Elizabeth Smith, Joseph Smith, Tristan P. Savransky, Savannah Tallman, Catherine L. Van Oort, Jason C. Van Veen, Allison Renee Viella, Shatoya Wilson, Lindsay Wiley Groom. Congratulations again to all the new members from Grand Valley State University. Thank you.
Thank you, Valerie, and congratulations to our new initiates from Grand Valley State University. Now let us welcome Megan Myers, who will give a history of the SUNY Brockport Circle. Megan.
Good evening. My name is Megan Myers, and I am the president of the SUNY Brockport Circle of Omicron Delta Kappa. I, along with Molly Carlson, the vice president of the SUNY Brockport Circle, are pleased to welcome our newest initiates. The SUNY Brockport Circle was chartered May 2nd, 2014, and we are grateful to our 31 founding members whose passion for leadership and collaboration continues to influence the students and professional leaders within the Brockport community. The SUNY Brockport Circle joins a rich history of service on our campus. The Brockport community completes thousands of service hours every year, and the SUNY Brockport Circle works hard to contribute to this tradition. Our most recent service project included contacting the residents of a local care home and ensuring that they felt connected to the community throughout this past year. Today, we are pleased to welcome 35 undergraduate and graduate students and alumni to join this Brockport Circle of ODK. We have recognized them as leaders within our community, but today they are also becoming a part of the national community of Omicron Delta Kappa. We look forward to seeing all that our newest initiates will accomplish as part of our circle. Without further ado, we would like to introduce our newest members of the SUNY Brockport Circle of ODK.
Nathaniel Barham, Joshua Blodgett, Elizabeth Capozzi, Ariane Colon, Anna Crescent, Alyssa Ferrugia, Masanje Fofana, Shay Gauthier, Riley Gray, Leslie Hogue, Mercedes Callan, Kalina Kelly, Jennifer Kozinski, Morgane Madonia, Hannah McNamara, Haley Mistretta, Kaleem Mojent, Cassidy Mullins, Jalen Nowden, Abena Marfoa Owusu Namkwambisa, Heather Phillips, Kathleen Phillips, Mikkel Powell, Matthew Privet, Brittany Prophet Reinwald, Beverly Renford, Bridget Sadler, Samra Salem, Jesula Sannon, Taylor Sheen, Fiona Stockdale, Christina Trin, Jessica Turner, Lindsay Ward, Deanna Zuparo. Congratulations to all the new members at SUNY Brockport.
Thank you, Megan and Molly, and congratulations to our new initiates from SUNY Brockport. Now let us welcome Carolina Guevara, who will give a history of the SUNY Old Westbury Circle.
Hello, everyone. The SUNY Old Westbury Circle of Omicron Delta Kappa National Leadership Honor Society was founded in spring 2015 on May 8th as ODK's 301st Circle. They were named the Circle of Distinction for 2015 to 2016, a Circle of Superior Circle for the 2016 to 2017 academic year, a Maurice A. Clay Leadership Development Initiative grant in 2017, and a Circle of Distinction again for 2018 to 2019. The SUNY Old Westbury Circle was inducted over 160 members since being established. Their signature programs include Want to Be Honored, Discover the Leader in You, and Dr. Martin Luther King Day of Service, which has been featured on Newsday, Cablevision, and FiOS One.
Hello again, this is Andrew Crane. I'll be stepping in for Robert, who's having just a few technical issues here today. And yeah, I'm very excited. Congrats, OW. So our first initiate, Oluwade Me Lade Ogunlade. Destiny Ferguson. Cindy Vanilla. Gerdine Brutus, Lauren Quinn, Deandra Barksdale, Ishan Singh, Antoinette Riel, Tony Alexis Leone, Khalif Shaq Metellus, Claudia Marin Andrade. Congratulations and welcome to ODK.
Thank you, Carolina and Andrew. And congratulations to our new initiates from SUNY Old Westbury. Now let us welcome Nicolette Boykins, who will give a history of the University of North Carolina Greensboro Circle. Nicolette.
The University of North Carolina at Greensboro Circle was established in February 2017 with a focus on leadership and purpose work. It has gone on to have over 100 members since 2021 and has won awards such as the Circle of Distinction and an initiative grant. So let's welcome our new initiates. Chastity Smith Abbott, Natalie Rowe Adams, Sharon Alrube, Destiny Daisy Atta, Oye Adu, Amaya Lene Bell, Megan Leanne Blackwell, McCobb, Abigail Shauna Cohen, Fuan Ganita Aziza Deshazu, Jennifer Seth, Krista Fletcher, Kristen E. Garner, Caleb Gregg, Rihanna D. Hurston Mitchell, Danielle R. Handley, Michaela L. Jameson, Victoria Lenore Jones, Isabel M. Mallow, Jocelyn Manu Manrique, Elizabeth Lee Martin, Anise McFadden, Carly Makuka, Eve Holiday Mitchell, Shima Muhammad, Anna Elizabeth Morse, Brianna Owens, Deja Owens, Jose Usamin Perla, Emma Larson, Savannah Price, Amanda Richardson. Carrie Ann Rosato, Todd X. Ross, Hanana Muslim Salim Khalif, Laura Catherine Sharp, Charity Michelle Sharp, Jaron Smith, Lauren Smith, Paul J. Smogan, Marina Thorne, Mara Thorne, LaShonda Nevea Sosa, Austin M. Spinoza, Jasmine Stamp, Ashley Thompson, Dave A. Tucker, Olivia A. Vance, Kiara J. Webb-Coe, Michaela R. Williams. Thank you, and congratulations to all the new initiates.
Thank you, Nicolette, and congratulations to our new initiates from UNCG. Now, let us welcome Julia Kelly, who will give a history of the University of Richmond Circle.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Julia Kelly. I am the Circle Coordinator at the University of Richmond, and I'm joined by my fellow presenter, Dr. Steve Bassesi, who is our Circle's faculty advisor. We were founded on March 12, 1921, and our circle is the 5th oldest of 318 circles nationwide. Annually at the University of Richmond, our circle sponsors the Last Lecture Series program and is proud to select the ODK Faculty Member of the Year.
Congratulations to all our University of Richmond Spider initiates from undergraduate, MBA, and School of Law. Melissa Azak,
Ray Barr,
William Barnett,
Hadley Beckstrand,
Praney Butra,
Isabel Brazel,
Amanda Brosnan,
Kendall Burgess,
Aaron Burns,
Esme Castillo,
Jesse Coyotelis,
Cassie Coughlin,
Kendall Crispin,
Anne Cuthbert Deslov,
Leanne Dempsey,
Mia Denny,
Katerina Erdis,
Anne Erskine,
Emily Fahey,
Ramsey Goodner,
Stuart Gordon,
Gavin Haas,
Matthew Hayrich,
Sarah Howell,
Haley Humani,
Grace Hummelberg,
Brian Ivasakis,
Meredith Johnson,
Corinne Joss,
Sandeep Kumar,
Jasmine Lewis,
Joe Lee,
Maya Mandava,
Annalise Mangone,
Addie Mancini,
Ali Margolis,
Anna Marston,
Jackson McAtee,
Emily Mendelson,
Ashley Meyer,
Andy O'Connell,
Anna Postma,
Jennifer Kin,
Maya Ravindran,
Cole Richard,
Kendall Shushiman,
Anna Shelton,
Maddie Shetler,
Tam Smith,
Ryder Tuff,
Julia Vidlac,
Annie Wang,
Benjamin Weiser,
Rose Williams,
India Woodfook,
Junru Zhao.
Congratulations to all the University of Richmond Spiders new members.
Thank you, Steve and Julia, and congratulations to our new initiates from the University of Richmond. Now let us welcome Geronimo Olmedo, who will give a history of the Washington and Lee University Circle.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jerónimo Leonardo Reyes Olmedo, and Omicron Delta Kappa Society, the National Leadership Honor Society, was founded at Washington and Lee University on December 3rd, 1914. Its mission is to honor and develop leaders, encourage collaboration among students, faculty, staff, and alumni, and to promote ODK's ideals of scholarship, service, integrity, character, and fellowship on college and university campuses throughout North America. I thank you all for being here today, and please welcome Sarah Concepcion, who will read the names of our inductees for the night.
Thanks. Eli Bradley, Natasha Gangler, Randolph Maxwell, Catherine Munsterman, Grace Poloski, Mansi Chapathi, Brian Wickman, Thomas L. Bradbury, Megan C. Miller, Anna K. Merck, Trenya Mason, Stephanie Wilkinson. Congrats.
Thank you to Sarah and to Geronimo for reading those names, and congratulations to our new initiates from Washington and Lee. Congratulations to the newest members of Omicron Delta Kappa. Initiates, please remember to sign the digital record book. To conclude this ceremony, please welcome Sarah Concepcion, Circle President from Washington and Lee University.
Our eyes are open to all lovely objects of righteousness and truth, courage and enthusiasm, high impulse and lofty thought. In this our hour of great dedication, let us go out into the world and keep fresh in our lives the ideals which we have affirmed here today.
Thank you, Sarah. And thank you to our initiates for your participation in this evening's initiation ceremony. I hope that you will be an active member of your circle on campus and continue to stay in touch with our society as your career progresses. Information about ODK and our member benefits, including our annual National Leadership Conference, are located on our website at odk.org.